I have a creepy co-host tonight with her childhood doll. She'll talk when she's ready. In the meantime, I'm going to throw up some comments and then we'll get
Hi,
going.
guys. This is Milford. This is my
Ah,
childhood. My mom made him. Sock
my,
monkey.
I love that. Look at her. Can you get your face closer so people can really appreciate like what effort you went into
Sure.
tonight?
Let's see. So there's this side.
It's amazing. Amazing.
And the little lips, I'm like, I've got to do like little doll lips. I think that is what like pulled it all together for me. I'm like, the lips are creepy.
They are creepy. They are creepy. Saying hello to everybody. Tom has entered. We've got everybody coming in. Oh, and congratulations. I saw, I think Sandy's in here, that Amanda got into Rhode Island College today. So that's
That's
amazing.
great.
Big deal. Yep. So let me go through all the
I'm going to be real weird tonight. Milford's applauding.
Halloween.
Yay.
We should go ahead. Okay, so let's go and clarify now how today has gone. So we both had a week, and not in a bad way. It's just been a busy week.
It's just been a
And
busy week. Yeah.
we knew what our topic was like 3 weeks ago,
Mm-hmm.
and I pulled some links. Did I have time to go through them? I did not. Did we almost not have a show because we were having tech issues? Yeah, that's a thing that just happened.
That did happen.
The studio just kept kicking us out over and over and over again. It was not fair.
Yeah, it was me, Aaron, Ken. Like, it was like, I don't think we're doing a show tonight. I'm all, oh, crap. So.
It was like a whole thing. So
But then it just decided to work. So who knows?
For how long, we don't know.
Yeah, this could cut off in 2 seconds.
Right, but it's not a paranormal thing. We just want to go ahead and set that record. I would be much happier if it was a paranormal thing, but this is literally like a tech thing. Yes. You're getting all the makeup love, my dear.
Oh, thank you guys so much. Thank you. You guys know I love makeup and I love Halloween makeup. And was it last year? No. Was it last year? I can't remember. I did a spider on my eye. Yeah. And I did it like in this like 3D way so that it actually like you could see the shadows of I love Halloween and makeup and so thanks guys.
I'm a little late to the Halloween party. I didn't really start getting, I liked it as a kid, but I don't do scary movies. I don't do haunted houses. Yeah. Yes, I'm aware of the irony, but obviously until I started getting into paranormal more, I didn't really get into Halloween as much. And plus it's like still 85 degrees in Florida at Halloween. So it's kind of hard to have fun.
It's kind of hard to really get into it in Arizona too.
Right. Everything's like melting off. So we are an absolute disaster today in true, well, that was weird form. We are going to talk about Samhain a bit tonight. A little bit of the history, a little bit of...
Yeah.
Is he talking?
Yes.
Is Milford going to be our third co-host?
He is.
I kind of love that. What would he sound like if he talked?
I don't know.
He needs a voice. All right, I need my tea. Hold on, because
so
I didn't start the water
moving after this episode. I'm going to be like, okay, we have a problem here, guys.
I'll be right back.
She needs her tea. So, do you guys have like Halloween traditions that you do? Do you have kids in your neighborhood? Like, we have a big neighborhood. Ours is new, and we have like they go around. They're like, who's going to be giving out candy? And they actually make a map. So we're going to have candy, and then we're also going to have Jell-O shots for the parents. So we're just going to camp out in the driveway, and I've got the tables because, the shows and stuff, and the vendor shows and stuff. So I'm like, all right, Mom, we'll get some wine. We'll get some Jell-O shots. We'll have all the candy. We'll play some spooky music, and yeah.
Have a night.
We'll have a night. It's going to be awkward for me to hold you all night.
Dragon Ranger works at a haunted trail attraction. Corey and Jen
cool.
Do those. Dragon Ranger, where are you?
Yeah.
I'm curious.
We did that. There's a farm in like Queen Creek in Arizona that does a zombie like paintball thing where you get on the back of this
Oh,
and then like the zombies come out from like the fields and stuff, and like Koi loved that. Laura and I and her wife at the time, we took the kids and we had a great time. It was a lot of fun.
I love that. Aaron, can't wait until you handle all the booking stuff again at the house and the community wins it. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Me too. I would love to be able to do that. I have a regular job now, but I can do all the admin stuff from Maine and then go down to the farm on the
weekend. Yeah, that's something that can be done remotely. I have volunteered my time and my son's to go up and help them if they get it, clean up the place because Koi is dying to use a ride-on lawnmower.
Well, you may have to, so everybody wants the lawnmower, so you're going to have to fight Ken, Austin Hawes, Logan Hawes, Cody, Corey.
Nobody wants to do anything else but just mow the lawn
everybody's got dibs on the lawnmower already. Maybe you could cut, like everybody could divide it up in sections or something.
It is big. It is a big property.
It hasn't been mowed in like 2 years or something.
It might take 20 people taking turns on the ride-on mower.
Big piece of property, big piece. For sure. Cody used to like drive it and sing. Cody is notorious for randomly bursting into song, usually Elvis. No, that's not shocking to anyone. But lawn mowing, you'd hear him go by and he'd be singing at the top of his lungs.
Oh God, that sounds like you know what? Koi loves to do that too. Mm-hmm. So Amanda loves to weed whack. Koi loves to do that too. He also loves to shovel sidewalks, the snow. I'm okay. Jennifer and Mike loved when he'd come up because he'd be like, "Can I shovel the sidewalk?" Mike would be like, "Have at it."
Nice. I love pressure washing. Actually, there is a video game.
I love that.
That is my favorite. It's called Power Wash Simulator. I would be ashamed at the amount of hours I put into that game, but they just released a second game, and I'm like, no.
I know. It's so satisfying.
It really is.
Satisfying. Thanks, Lori.
All right, so we got people doing cool stuff. All right, let me go back up here.
We do have people doing a lot of cool stuff.
Linda says she's heading to your neighborhood.
All right, come on. My mom's like, well, what are we gonna do if we don't give out all the shots? And I was like,
take them. Drink.
He goes, oh, good. I'm so glad.
Fine.
We're on it.
Dragon Rage. He says he's out of Oklahoma. That's a little far for me, but that's
but that would be really cool.
They are popular up here. They do a lot of haunted walks up in Maine. Well, I think in all of New England, that's a big thing. That's not a thing we do really in the South that much that I was aware of.
Oh, really? There's one that's down the street. Like it's not far from our house where it's called something Panic something at Haunted something at Panic Point. They are packed every single Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday night.
Yeah.
That like when we're dashing, we try to avoid that whole area because it's really popular. I have no idea what it is. Not about to find out. Don't like that kind of stuff.
I don't either. Jen Heisen's like, because she and I do a lot together. Like we've kind of become adventure buddies. Like when we have to go, like last weekend we drove down to Massachusetts to go to the Alley Theater for Cody Satori and Zappis's event.
Yeah.
Got home like 2:30 in the morning. She's like, it's really a shame that you don't like haunted houses. And I'm like, no, don't even ask.
Right.
It's absolutely fucking not.
It's really not a shame to be. Yeah, truly, it's not for me.
I hide behind people. Like I can't do it.
I won't do it. I won't do it. I can't. I literally will. And we've talked about this on the show. I will pay good money, like $150 to investigate Trans-Allegheny, do a private overnight of that. Yeah, I'll do that. A ghost might jump out at me, might not. I might see a crawler chase me down the, 4th floor. Nope. Might not. Mm-mm. But at one of these places, I will definitely have people jump out at me and chase me. No, thank you.
My problem is when somebody jump scares me, my natural reaction is to swing.
Yes.
I'm not a violent person. I punched a guy once because he grabbed my ass in a bar and he deserved it. But
well, that's fair.
For the same reason. But I'm not a person who typically likes to fight. But that I almost hit Jason Hawes once because he scared the shit out of me. And fortunately, Michelle Roos grabbed my arm because I didn't realize.
Oh, could you imagine?
Oh
now that's a better story than the corn. Yeah, trans-Allegheny is no joke. But yeah, I would rather just try to find the creeper than like actually have people jump out at me. I can't.
This is me.
1,000%. That is me too. I can't stand jump scares at all. Love horror movies. I love them. But I'm also like watching them. I won't go to a like theater and watch them.
Yeah.
But I watch them from like the comfort of my home, where if I get too scared, I can pause it and go and, have a cigarette or refill my wine or, watch it with all the lights on but that's about it.
Have you seen, I don't remember if I sent you if somebody sent me the TikTok, because I don't talk or whatever, but it was this comedian talking about watching, like using the television as his paranormal ghost defense. I am that person. Like when I was sleeping at the farm, I would have the TV on all night, and I don't sleep with the TV on.
Yeah.
Here and haven't for years back in Florida either. But at the farm, I would absolutely turn on like 17 hours of Tudor history and just like as loud as I could stand it. And that was my ghost defense at the
yes.
house.
I mean, and that's I would listen. I listened to that.
Oh, George says, I wasn't sure what he meant to mention the remote view upcoming.
Do you want me to talk about like who and all that fun stuff? Because I'm so excited. Are we going to talk about who and what we're doing? Where we're going?
I would assume that's a yes. We'll see if he should pop in. He's active in here, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Did he tell you?
No.
He didn't?
I haven't heard anything.
Okay.
I've been sort of. Oh, he said go for it. Yep. How about it?
So December 8th, right? Yeah, December 8th. I believe that's what I have in my calendar. So that's what I'm doing it. I don't know about the rest.
I don't know everybody else.
But. December 8th, guys, on Dead Air's Patreon, we're going to be doing remote viewing. You know how we love to do that. And we're going to pay a little visit to Robert the Doll. I know. Nice. I was like...
Is Tej doing that with y'all? Paranormal Tej?
I don't know.
Oh, I hope she is. Because she would be... She was on with them on Sunday, the guy, the caretaker, right?
Yeah.
Robert the Doll, and she had a lot of really good questions.
Yeah, I watched it. I was like, I need to get prepared for this. I want to make sure that like I do it right. And I almost fell off the couch when I read George's message. I was like, are you I will if you want me to, because I don't want you to pop out. But if you have anxiety and you need to be like, hello and goodbye, and then pop out, absolutely. Yeah.
And you need, remote viewing, and the Patreon's you can join for $3 a month, which is great. Yeah. So it's doable. And there's a lot of really good content. They've put a lot of time and effort into getting a lot of really good content in there.
Yeah. So David, his caretaker, his curator is going to be online with us. So it's not like, we're going to be just.
You're not doing a sneak attack.
It's not like nobody knows we're doing this. So yeah, we're gonna. I probably won't bring Milford, but I'm very excited about it. I did when George asked if I wanted to.
That's cool.
To do it, I almost choked on my coffee, fell off the couch, landed on the door. I was like, oh my god, I'm so excited. It's a really huge honor. So.
That's a really cool thing to do. That's awesome.
I would like to meet him as well, Tom, for sure. So maybe we could all do like a field trip, a Dead Air field trip to Key West. I mean, I hear that, it doesn't suck as a vacation destination.
Well, it's funny because I'm going to go on the other end. You couldn't pay me enough to go back there.
Really?
No way.
Back to Robert or back to Key West?
No, I did not. At the time when I was there, I didn't even know Robert was there. But Andrea and I went. She has a college friend, and her partner owned a timeshare in. Oh God, I can't think of the little key. It's like 75 miles from Key West itself, but that part was great, but we went into Key West just for the afternoon, and it was off season. It was like in May or something. It wasn't even like summertime.
Mm-hmm.
In the middle of the day, it was on a Saturday, and it was 4,000 degrees. I hate the heat. But energetically, it's a hot mess. Like it
really,
I felt like there's no walls because you're outside, but I felt like the walls were closing in. So we had lunch, and after about an hour, I was like, I'm out. I can't.
Really? That's interesting. Chris and Audra love Key West. They go often. I mean, not like every other year, but there's so much to see and do. You know what? One of my favorite weird, like, true crime stories was the story of Carl Tanzler. I don't know if you guys know about him. He was this guy that was like I don't know, he was like a radiation tech back in like early days when tuberculosis was kind of crazy. Mm-hmm. And he had gone to a psychic or something, and the psychic told him that he was going to meet the love of his life and what she looked like. And then this young girl came into his clinic where he was like a radiation tech, and she had tuberculosis, and he was like, I can cure you. I can, he thought she was the love of his life that the psychic was talking about. And I mean, he had a wife and kids and like, I think back in Germany, basically he promised her she would be fine. He would cure her of her tuberculosis, and she died, as they do.
As they do.
Did back then. And he paid for her funeral and this big mausoleum, and went back and took her body and brought it back to his house. And
that's like some Ed Gein shit.
Yes. Ooh. Except that he like tried to preserve her body, like by putting like plaster of Paris like for around her face, and like tried to like stuffed her body cavity with like rags, and because obviously she was decomposing.
Sure, of course.
It's Carl Tanzler. If you guys don't know the story, I'm not doing it any kind of justice, so definitely look it up. It's one of my favorite true crime stories, and it happened in Key West. That's why I'm like, I'm gonna have to go see this grave.
Key West, don't get me wrong. It is absolutely beautiful. We were in Isla Morada. That's where we stayed. That was okay. But it's less touristy.
Yes, the Hemingway house with the 6-toed kittens.
Yeah, she's like, just move me in.
I mean,
yeah. But so it's beautiful, and Andrea's like, oh, well, do you want to go see the buoy, the southernmost point? And I'm already at that point, like I've already reached my max, right? Yeah. But I'm like, yeah, I mean, when I'm never coming back here. I can tell you that right now for free. So let's go. I did not realize we turned the corner, and they're like, hey, Brendan, there are like 100 people in line for this buoy. So there's actually a picture of us on Facebook. We just stood at the wall near it, and I was like, I'm not getting in that line. It's 90,000 degrees out here.
Right.
It is beautiful. I know it's very haunted. The energy for me, I think, is probably to George's point. I do have a good wall put up, but then also the drinking. I don't have a problem being around alcohol. I have a big problem being around drunks. So yeah, it was like noon, and you're on vacation, so it's not like I was mad at these people, but it was just like, I'm out of here.
That's just not your vibe. Yeah, I get it.
Don't love Key West. Okay.
If you guys aren't following Brendan on TikTok, please do, because his horses are so pretty, and I just makes my day when I'm scrolling through and I see him with his horse. I'm like, oh God, he's got. I'm sorry, Brendan. I hate to call you out, but one of his horses, or maybe was wearing a little crocheted hat, and I'm like, this is what makes my whole day is seeing his horse in a little crocheted hat. It was so cute. So yeah, it always like makes my day when I come across his TikToks.
He's like the horse whisperer, and I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay. Oh, quick GoFundMe update, obviously.
Yes. Yes, I have an update.
People that aren't paying attention, Jason hopped back on tonight or earlier this afternoon. I keep thinking later in the night because my work day is now done at 3 p.m. instead of like 5 or 6.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I go in at 7, which I kind of love. But
I do kind of love that
he basically said, he's not getting giving any information about as far as what's going on with the behind the scenes stuff, which I think is smart. Because we all know people are like ears down trying to get as much information as they can so they can, do whatever it is that they want to do. But I think we're at, last time I looked, it was like 287 now.
Oh, really? Okay, that's great. Yeah, I think the last I checked, it was like 286. Almost.
Yeah. So, and if you hadn't seen, an anonymous donor dropped $100,000 in the GoFundMe the other day. You've got Jay's matching dollar for dollar up to $1 million. You've got another person
with 400K.
400K.
I can't hold you anymore. I love you, but I'm gonna have to set you. I don't want to put you on the floor.
If he starts moving or making noises, the show is
over.
Dude,
seriously, he's just laying on the printer. He's fine.
Oh, here we go. Rose just gave us an updated number.
Oh, here we go. 288.
Oh, amazing.
Yes.
But he said something to the effect of he's hoping to be able to give more information and more news. And he said 2 to 3 weeks. I'm not going to hold him to that because I don't know. I have not talked to him since I saw him last weekend. But that's kind of the general update. So that GoFundMe is still kicking ass. Cody
it's amazing. And for a while there, it kind of felt like it had slowed down. Zach and I were talking about it. I'm like, does it seem like the donations have slowed down? Uh-huh. There was a lull, but then it shot way, way up.
With that big donation. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So he's still super stoked. We didn't end up talking about it at the event last weekend because the Alley Theater in Mass, Jonathan was there. I saw Jonathan.
Oh, that's right. I had pictures.
The theater also has a performing arts school. So I think it's half the ticket money, like for when you buy tickets at the Alley Theater, goes towards their performing arts school because they do a lot of scholarships and stuff. So
that's cool.
I think they opted not to discuss the GoFundMe because they didn't want it to overshadow what
they were working toward. Yeah.
Right. So that was pretty neat. We got to take Zappos into the basement of that building.
How'd that go?
On some stuff. It was
interesting.
Nailed some stuff. He's so good. He'll tell you he doesn't have abilities, but he's full shit.
It's the people that say that are genuinely the ones that are like picking up on stuff that I might miss or you might miss or
things that Rise Up hadn't even. So Julie's like doing the research as we're in the basement because we were literally just doing a vibe check because we had to drive back to Maine after the event was over.
Yeah.
He nailed it. And even down to when he thought the existing building was built to the year.
Whoa.
He's never been there. But anyway, so it was fun. But we had a great time. And so that's the GoFundMe update. I just want to drop that before. I forgot.
Love it.
So
I have a quick update myself.
Drop it, sister. Let's do it.
So we're still going to be selling raffle tickets for the GoFundMe. We have, now that we don't really know, like obviously the auction isn't tomorrow. We are going to continue to sell them at every vendor show that we have. And starting Saturday, we have vendor shows every single Saturday until December 13th. So we're still going to be pushing for it. However, and I think you guys might have seen this on some of our social media. If you are a subscriber to our email list, then we're actually moving hosts. So the shop is moving to a new server, a web server. We're moving to Squarespace from Shopify. Yep. And the new shop is going to be going live on the 8th. So in the interim, obviously nobody can get on the site to buy raffle tickets.
Right.
But come the 8th, it's going to be back on. We're going to keep selling them until, the auction because I think I think we were going to sell them up through today because the auction was supposed to be tomorrow.
Right.
So we'll still do the same thing. I mean, and the longer it goes on, the bigger the pot is going to get. So while you might not get, I was like, you could get some extra money for the holidays. Maybe that might not be the case, but you could get some extra money to pay off your credit card bills after the holidays.
Exactly. Go towards rent, whatever you need it for.
Rent, whatever you need. Yeah. So we're going to keep doing it and it's going to be a lot of fun. And like I said, if you are an email subscriber, then they are going to get early access to the site on the 6th. So
yeah, that's exciting. Dan wants to know how many you've sold so far.
Number wise, I'm not sure. I have been working building the website, so I haven't checked, but I checked for the how much total money was $530.
It's amazing.
$40. Yeah, $530 or $40. So as far as like number, I'm not sure. I think most people are buying are like 3 raffle tickets, which is great. I mean, like up your odds. That's fantastic. Every little bit helps.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so I am really very pleased with how this is going.
Yeah.
So I haven't been really promoting it simply because they can't get them right now. So I'm like, all right, I'll go back to the hard and fast promotion of them once the site goes live next week, and we have some really cool things to bring you. Aaron knows about, like, we're redesigning a bunch of stuff, and so
it's exciting.
So yeah,
tides are a turning.
Tides are a turning, guys. They're a turning. Yeah. So Halloween. That's why I'm wearing this makeup. I don't just wear it out like this.
Stop lying to them.
Although, you know what? Maybe I just don't wash it off, and then when Coy and I go dash tomorrow, I wear this. That's not a bad idea, actually.
It's not about it. What's favorite location besides the Arnold estate? Well, I don't have a lot of. Carrie would have a much better. Well, see, it's kind of a loaded question because I have not been to a lot of locations, but
I have not been to the Arnold estate.
So, you want to take your favorite location, and I'll tell you mine.
Trans Allegheny Lunatic Asylum, hands down, forever. I love the people that run it. I love the tour guides. I love the history behind it, and I love what they're putting all of that money that people have paid on tours and stuff like that. I love the refurbishment that they're doing to it, and I love the spirits. You can investigate that place every month for the rest of your life, and you would never, ever even come close to figuring it all out.
Yeah, you'd never uncover it all.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites in the world.
Mine is a place probably nobody knows about, and it's not because I've investigated it, but because it knocked me on my ass at 10:30 in the morning for a site visit. It's a place called the Jimenez Facio House in St. Augustine, Florida.
Yeah.
They have an incredible museum in there. It is haunted as shit. Not in a negative way, but I think it's one of the oldest houses in St. Augustine. So I think it's 1700s. It's colonial period. Yeah. But there's a very angry gentleman in the kitchen. I know babies died in a bedroom upstairs, not by nefarious means, but like shortly after childbirth. Sure. But what was interesting is they have an attic up there, and it's a beautiful property. You can host events there. It's just a really cool place. But they decided to do a new tour edition, and it was called We Lived Here Too. And it was all about the servants and slaves that lived in that house during that time. And St. Augustine had been making a very concerted effort to bring more attention to that. Right?
That's really cool. I like that I like that.
It was really neat. So I went.
That's cool.
I just went on a site visit. I think they'd either just started doing it like the weekend before, or they were getting ready to start it. But we went in the attic, and you could feel everybody standing around. But because this is new for them, because that attic's never been open, it kind of felt like they were all just sort of arms crossed, just trying to
figure out what's what. Yeah.
Okay or not. But if you ever go to St. Augustine, and even if you just go through the day and just take a tour, because they do some paranormal investigations on occasion, but they're few and far between. I tried to get in there with Rise Up, but they were gonna have to go to the board, and it didn't work, which I totally absolutely respect.
For sure, yeah.
By the time it came back around, I was living up here. So, but the Jimenez Facio House, it's on Avali Street in downtown St. Augustine. So
that's very cool.
It's a very cool place. Very unknown, but a very cool place to spend some time.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Good question. Halloween?
That was a good question.
Halloween. You want me to go into the stuff I found?
I would love it if you would do that, because like I texted Aaron like an hour and a half before the show. I'm like, I have not prepared anything. Laura and I did cover Halloween on History of a Haunting a few years ago, and I was like, maybe I have my notes. I don't have my notes. And I'm pretty sure Laura doesn't have her notes, so I will try to remember. I just remember the costumes were terrifying.
Yes.
But we're really wanting to talk more about Samhain and like what that means to people, and what that, less about the commercial side of Halloween and more about
the traditions.
And started.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to read this straight because I found this on a Gaia article. Because, of course, there's a million and one ways that people explain Samhain, but this one was a pretty, because, of course, this gets very lengthy, and this was a nice condensed version of what Samhain as a celebration is. It's a sacred and ancient Celtic festival that marks the end of the harvest season and the beginning of winter. It holds deep spiritual significance as it honors our ancestors, acknowledges the time of year when the veil between the physical and spiritual worlds is thinnest, and embraces the mysteries of life and death. Samhain typically takes place from October 31st to November 1st and involves various rituals and traditions, and we'll talk about a few of those, such as ancestor veneration, divination, bonfires, costume dressing, feasting, and releasing and renewing rituals.
Love a good feast.
Right?
I'm here for the feasting.
Every time I hear the word feast, it always makes me think of Game of Thrones now for whatever reason, and not the Red Wedding, not that episode.
Good. Because that was a bad situation.
Yeah. It's also celebrated as the beginning of the spiritual new year for Wicca practitioners, which is interesting because a lot of times because I have done some research on this a while back, Samhain often gets attributed to Wicca tradition.
Yeah.
Now
I do remember from our show. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and obviously lots of people practice Samhain, but it's actually a Celtic pagan tradition that I'm pretty sure far predates Wicca practitioners. Not knocking anything Wiccan, because there's a lot of stuff.
Right, yeah, because I mean, everything comes from something, right?
Right.
So I believe that you are correct. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's also why it became nicknamed the Witch's New Year, because of the tie to Wicca and how many Wicca practitioners celebrate Samhain. It serves as a time of reflection, transformation, connection with the natural and supernatural realms, reminding us of the cyclical nature of existence and the eternal bond with our ancestral heritage. If this celebration sounds oddly familiar, it's because our modern Halloween, although different, originates from this Gaelic tradition. Historically, most American Halloween traditions were brought over by Irish and Scottish immigrants.
Yes.
That part I didn't know.
Yes.
Oh, here we go.
He's like way predates. Yeah.
And I find that interesting just because it's got Celtic ties, which is, our family is very much Irish.
So is my mom, my mom's side, and then also Coy's paternal family.
Oh, nice.
But I don't know. I really don't know too much about it, except for like what Laura and I had researched for various episodes that we had talked about. I do really love the idea of the veil being the thinnest at this time of year. Yeah. And I love, there was a video that I posted on the Facebook group. It was a TikTok that I follow. And she was talking about ways that you can, instead of like New Year's resolutions, different ways that you can like write down things that you want to manifest that are actually happening in a different timeline for you, as if they're happening now. And to start it around now. So if you guys haven't seen that video, please go watch it. It's really cool. I'm definitely going to do it. I think I tend to follow a lot of stuff that she does. And Also, she's Scottish, and I could just listen to her
I
talk.
could not.
I don't even. She could read the phone book, and I'd be here for it.
I don't care. That accent is. We knew a couple guys that were in a big pipe and drums band, and they're from Scotland. They came over. They were at all the Scottish games called Albanach, and I was like, I don't care what you're telling me. Just keep talking. It doesn't matter what you're saying.
I'm not even listening to a word you're saying.
Right. You could be insulting my mother, and I'm still going to listen to you. Like, I don't.
Go on.
Fine. This is fine.
Yeah.
It's all fine. Okay.
Okay.
The next thing is the differences between, differences and similarities. I can't even talk between Samhain and Halloween.
Yes.
Again, I'm reading straight from the same Gaia article because, again, I did not prepare. But that's nothing new.
We don't do that here.
We don't. Do that.
We don't.
That's way overrated. So despite
we rely on you guys for information.
Exactly. Despite occurring at similar times and containing similar themes, Samhain and Halloween are not the same holiday. Halloween, short for All Hallows Eve, is celebrated on and around October 31st and tends to be more family focused. On the other hand, Samhain is more religious in focus and spiritually observed by practitioners. There are some more lighthearted observances in honor of the dead through Samhain, but the underlying tone of Samhain is one of a serious religious practice rather than a lighthearted make-believe reenactment.
Right.
Today's pagan Samhain rites are benevolent, and although they are somber and centered on death, they do not involve human or animal sacrifices, as some rumors may claim. Another difference between Samhain and Halloween is that most Samhain rituals are held in private rather than public.
Yeah.
Samhain isn't necessarily a creepy, morbid holiday obsessed with death, as some may conclude. Instead, it reaches for themes deeper than that, tying in with nature's rhythms, which is what I love about it, because I am very much an elemental, shamanic type.
You very much are. Yes, you very much are. That's where you are, like, most comfortable out in nature.
Yeah. In many places, Samhain coincides with the end of the growing season. Vegetation dies back by killing frost, and therefore literally death is in the air.
Yeah.
This contributes to the ancient notion that at Samhain, the veil is thin between the world of the living and the realm of the dead, facilitating contact and communication with the dead. For those who've lost loved ones in the past year, Samhain rituals can be an opportunity to bring closure to grieving and to further adjust their being in the other world by spiritually communing with them. Yeah. It's also a way to appreciate life when you get right down to it.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's that. Yeah. Here we go. Here we're getting some good info. See, I love this shit because people are here. We're about to get
right? Like, this is, they're the ones that give the information.
Wicca was not created until the mid to late 1940s. Samhain has been around way longer than that. Now, my question, if I'm not mistaken, a lot of this Wicca actually, and some of the traditions actually stem from a couple of books in that same time period. I could be thinking of something else, but I think there's a lot of Wicca is based in some book history. Again, not knocking it because I very much align with a lot of the things that they do, but it's just interesting. I like to learn because I think a lot of assumptions are made, especially about stuff like that. We're like, oh yeah, it's been around forever, but it's tied to the wrong thing.
Right. Yeah.
So I'd rather be factual. So if I'm wrong on that, Dragon Ranger, correct me for sure.
Yeah.
So that pretty much hits the history. Let's see. It is okay.
This started during the Iron Age. Well, that was a minute ago. The Iron Age was a bit of.
Oh yes, for sure. That's
so
going on. As long as there have
been
Celts, there has been this, I think, and I do find that fascinating because that's older than pretty much all organized religions, anyway.
Pretty much, yeah.
Now I just sound dumb because it's my lack of sleep.
Well, mine too. It's fine.
Yeah, fair enough. This is all fine as the dumpster fire rolls behind us. Okay.
Doing all right over there, Milford? Okay.
Let's see. Celebrated mostly in Ireland. Celebrated in Scotland. Isle of Man. There are similar observances in other Celtic lands. I'm not going to pronounce any of these things because I'll never get it right. But Wales. I'm not pronouncing the name of the ritual because I'll never get it right. I
was like, Wales, that's correct.
But they have observances in Wales, Cornwall, Brittany, some Neolithic sites in Ireland, such as the Mount of Hostages at the Hill of Tara, and Cairn El, I'm not saying the other one because I'm going to get that wrong, were constructed to specifically capture the sunrise on Samhain. This is evidence that the people who inhabited Ireland long before the Celts held that date in high regard. So predates the Celts even.
Ooh, cool.
Interesting. Okay, so I'm done rambling on that.
Hello, Riverside, Iowa Paranormal RIP 3812.
Michelle has entered the building.
We just call her Michelle for short.
She's gonna kill me because I do this to her all the time, and she's not on the screen, so she can't yell at me. But I'm sure she'll call me in the morning and yell at me. But she is tiny. Michelle is pint-sized. And if you've ever seen the movie Aladdin, that scene where he like gets in and out of the genie and he's like, phenomenal cosmic powers, itty bitty
living space.
That's what Michelle is to me.
But she is one of the best huggers ever.
Wait, best what?
Huggers.
Oh my God, I thought you said hookers.
She's one of the best hookers. That too.
I was like, wait, what? Sorry, Michelle. Love you, mean it. She's freaking brilliant.
Huggers. She gives really good hugs.
She does.
Not hooks.
She's also a plethora of knowledge. And when everybody's schedule clears up, oh, good. She's laughing at least. And she's not.
Good. Okay. She's going to be like, so Carrie and Aaron called me a hooker on the show.
Michelle Roos is not a hooker. She's an excellent hugger. Let's clarify that again.
Hug.
Here we go.
I like to hug her.
She's tiny. She's pint-sized. You can put her in your pocket. But she literally, I have learned so much. Like when I got in trouble spiritually with that stuff at the farm.
She's amazing.
She was one of the first calls I made.
She has such a beautiful, big personality that like, she's amazing. She commands a room when she walks into it. I love it.
And the thing I love about her is she could give a shit about the fame, about TV, about like she's in it because she loves it.
She loves it. Yeah. And that's
what matters.
That's why we're in it.
Exactly.
Because we love it. And I love to be able to learn from people like Michelle, like Andrea, like, you know what I mean? That things that, you don't know what you don't know. And then until you find yourself in the thick of it. And fortunately, we have these amazing trailblazers before us that we can go to and be like, kind of have a major fucking problem. Could you help me?
Well, and I think what I love about Michelle too is, she's obviously an exorcist.
I miss you so much.
A demonologist. She knows all these incredible things. She's been doing so much work studying, religions and spiritual warfare and all this stuff. But when I got in trouble, you would think with a demonologist and an exorcist, it's like, okay, how are we going to rip this energy off? And it was like, nope. You need to sit down. We need to try this. It was, it's good advice. It was the right thing. And I always have a lot of respect for somebody who actually leads and how am I trying to phrase this? She sets a good example, but she always follows it. Does that make sense?
Right. Yes. Like it's not just, do as I say, not as I do. It's not like that. She's actually like walking the walk and talking the talk, which is wonderful. Mm-hmm. And I think that a lot of the people that are here that are watching and that you and I really look up to, I think that's just kind of the life that we all try to lead. And that's why I love the little community that we've built here.
100% agree.
So Michelle, or Riverside, Iowa Paranormal RAP 324578. What is one of your favorite things about Saltwood? Let's ask Michelle. What is one of your favorite, either like historical facts about Samhain or traditions that you like to do? We're talking all things spooky season here.
We are. Mm-hmm. And while she's coming up with that, and we're talking about that, I thought it's pretty funny in the modern era how many people and how many modern day, everyday traditions and things that we celebrate all have pagan roots.
They do. Yeah. But the minute you say pagan to a lot of people, they're like, eh. Yeah.
Right. Totally
pagan.
Wrong.
Oh no.
Totally wrong. So one of the things I pulled up, because I had caught this a couple months ago and I just started laughing, like decorating Christmas trees, mistletoe, gift giving and feasting.
Yeah.
Feasts,
man.
Bunnies and eggs at Easter, pagan symbols of fertility and life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Halloween, we already know. Birthdays.
Birthdays, really.
Celebrations for birthdays originated from the pagan belief that evil spirits were drawn to a person on their birthday. Lighting candles was a ritual to ward them off.
Cool.
Knocking on wood may have originated with the belief that benevolent spirits resided in trees. Touching the wood was a way to call on them for protection.
Oh, okay. Never mind. This is fake wood. Never mind.
Crossing your fingers. This gesture originated with early European pagans who would cross their index fingers to seal a wish. It was thought that the cross concentrated the power of good spirits. Saying bless you after you sneeze. Carrying a bride over the threshold.
I love all of this. Please.
Me too.
Keep going. I love all of this.
Several days of the week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, were all named after gods. Okay. Tuesday was named after Choo, for the Norse god of war. Wednesday, named for Odin, the chief Norse god. Thursday, named for Thor, the Norse god of thunder. Friday, named for Freya, the Norse god of fertility. And months such as January, Janus, March for Mars are also named for Roman gods. So there's all these tie-ins for people who get,
what day of the week's named after for Loki? Is that Monday?
I don't see one for Loki.
Feel like Monday is Loki. Monday's.
See? All right, my last two, wedding rings. The tradition of exchanging wedding rings has roots in ancient pagan practices, particularly among the Romans, who wore rings on their fourth finger because they believed in a vein running directly from it to the heart.
Yes.
And then bridesmaids. In ancient times, bridesmaids dressed identically to the bride to confuse evil spirits that might try to harm her. Oh. Random crazy shit.
Yeah, no.
Oh, here we go.
Jennifer, but I'm not trying to confuse evil spirits and be like, geez, that's her in the white. Just kidding.
Right. It's a community that actually shares their celebration and the culture behind it. It's a real manifestation for all good.
Yeah. Everything. And I feel like
Moon Day.
The things that Moon Day. Okay. I feel like Mondays suck. And they're kind of, they can fuck you up. So I feel like that should be for Loki.
I can't disagree.
Or Tom Hiddleston, at the very least. I love that.
True story.
Tom Hiddleston. But I feel like if people were to really sit and think on some of these things that you just talked about, people probably resonate more with pagan traditions than they realize.
I agree.
I know I certainly do. And I mean, even more now that I have learned more about them and different things that they, that they do and that they believe in, and that the way that they look at nature, it just kind of has changed my whole perception of being here. Really,
100% agree. Same.
Monday's girl for real.
Yeah.
Mondays. Linda and my mother would get along real well.
Right.
My mom's like, I don't know what to tell you. I'm retired. That sounds like a you problem.
Right.
That'll work.
Not a me problem.
Here
we go. Dragon Ranger. Saturday was also named
Saturn,
God, as it was named for Saturn, who was also a Roman god.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
See, that's why I love this shit.
Yeah, I do. I love, and I've always loved Roman history and Roman gods, and I've loved all of that.
Oh yeah,
loved all of that.
Church adopted a lot of the pagan traditions and practices. Yeah.
But
you'll never, after 12 years in Catholic school, the pagans never got any credit for that. Ever.
No, they're terrible, bad people.
But I think too, it's interesting with paganism, and of course it's got to go so far back that people working with the elements, working with the earth, working with the moon, working with the sun was seen as this horrible evil thing. But it's they're working with the energy they're aware of around them and the things that they already had around them and all those
right
things.
Yeah.
You know
what I also think too is a lot of elementals are far more a thing than people realize, and that might be a topic that we want to, maybe we talk about elementals in a show.
Sure.
Because I know that a lot of people tend to think that hauntings are really just, elementals. They can be kind of, snarky little things, but they're much more prevalent than I think people realize. And I think that they blame a lot of haunting type things on them. I know I've been on a number of private cases where it's really, and I don't want to say just an elemental, but it's important to know the distinction, and it's important to, so.
Elementals are something I pick up on. I've only seen two.
You do pick up on them way more or quicker than I do, for sure.
Yeah, I don't. I've only come across two, but I both were earth elements. Interestingly,
Yeah.
one here in Maine, and then obviously the one at the farm. But I
Yeah.
have always understood, and somebody can correct me in the chat, I'm sure, is elementals are neither good nor bad necessarily. They just kind of are, because of course, good and bad are assignations we make on humans, and they were never human. So
Right.
I find
Yes.
that very interesting.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think
Linda
they're
would love to learn more about elementals. I've seen elementals at a house I grew up in. Yeah, let's do it.
so
Maybe we do
elementals.
the next show be about
Next,
elementals.
I love
Oh,
that.
look, everybody's like all about it. Cool.
Yeah, I
Okay.
find them fascinating. I mean,
I do too. I really do too.
the one at the farm um, was interesting because I'll have to figure out how much of that story I'm able to get into. I'll have to talk to some folks. But the first time I saw him was the first time I set foot on that property, and he looked like Groot, but not cartoony, but that like big, tall, like
Oh, big Groot or baby Groot? Because I love baby Groot.
big
Big Groot.
Groot,
Okay.
like big, full grown Groot. And he popped in my house in Florida once, and my mom, I'd seen him a couple times, and my mom came in town. I never mentioned anything about him to her. And we get in my car one day to go have lunch, and she just looks at me, and I'm like, what? She goes, why did a giant tree just get in the back of your car? And I'm like, and then she goes, he looks like Groot. And I'm like, and I just got out of the car, and I'm like, shut the fuck up. You know, so my mom can pick up on this.
So you left your mother with the big elemental tree.
He came with us to lunch, apparently. He hopped in the car with us.
See, I love it. Everybody likes to feast.
All right.
We're circling back to the feasts, guys.
Well, they're interesting because I think a lot of times I know where this is going. This is about to take a 180 into a mini crash course on elementals. But I think a lot of times they serve a purpose, right? Like I think at the farm, we're kind of figuring out that he had a purpose. He may have kept the balance on the property and may have been doing that for a really long time. Until he was banned from the property, but that's another story we'll get into another day. And I just think they're very interesting. They're I don't know. The other one's a big giant rock here in Rumford at the community center you've heard me talk about. Oh, that was weird.
That's cool. What happened?
Oh, my magnets just fell down. They're leaned up against my wall, but they all just went whoop at the same time. And whatever. But at the GRCC, it's like a giant, like a big rock, like a big fat rock, almost like a pet rock. But if you put it on its end and it was just big, real big, but it just cries all the time. And it just says, I've cried a river of 1,000 tears. And it says it over and over and over and over and over again.
That's so cool.
So anyway, we will definitely do a deep dive into elementals.
We absolutely will. Did you see Michelle's comment? Yeah.
Elementals don't have emotions, and they just are. They know danger and protection. That absolutely.
They are so important. They are like, and I feel like if they're acting uppity for whatever reason, because they can kind of make shit real fucked up. Let's look. I mean, humans are kind of fucking Earth up. So, I mean, if they're starting to get a little,
spicy, warranted.
Yeah, warranted. And of course, nobody's except in our like realm of the world is paying attention to them.
Right.
So, all right.
That'll be our
next topic. Yay. I'm so excited.
They keep the land balance. Yeah. I think that was exactly what was happening at the farm.
Yes. I know for sure that my father was Cherokee Indian, and I know that all of that, like the indigenous people here, at least in North America, which is really the only thing that I'm familiar with. I don't know about, indigenous cultures elsewhere, really did depend on them. And so that's why they had so much respect for the land and so much knowledge of it. So this is going to be a good one. I'm super excited.
Well, and for me, it begs the question, like tagging onto what you just said, are some of these, whether it's, Native Americans or even, like colonial farmers, just for example,
sure,
were they aware of these energies and they worked together to take care of the land? Maybe not necessarily like in a ritualistic way, like
Right.
especially
Yeah.
not the colonialists, but there's a way of honoring those energies as well. I mean, I would assume there's a lot of that tying in how they're how they're harvested,
Sure.
Things like that. Were they working with them, but maybe not realize that that's what they were working with? I don't know. I find it
You know
interesting.
what? I think it's really cool. I think that's a really provocative line of conversation that we could have.
Yeah.
I think that God, what was it? You had just said something about. Yeah, it's out of my head now. Did you guys watch it? Did you watch the thought just kind of go
Happens to me all the time.
fade away like smoke? That I was like looking. I'm like, what the hell was I going to say? She said something really cool, and I was going to say something about it. Yeah.
She'll wake up at 4 a.m. and be like, "Oh my god, now I remember."
I literally will text you at 4 a.m. and be like, "This is what I was going to say." Just kidding. I would never do that too.
You might. That'd be okay. That'd be fair. Things that.
I mean, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Oh, I think is it coming back? Maybe it's not. Okay, let's shift over to we're talking about a lot of like the amazing and the good things that Samhain brings every year.
Right.
But let's talk about some of those misconceptions. Let's talk about some of the bad things that are believed or done because it pagan is in the dialogue, right? Yeah. Let's talk about some of that stuff. What are some of the things that you guys have either encountered yourselves or that you know of is a real popular like trope that you wish would go away? Let's have that conversation in the chat as well. Like what are some things that you guys like? I think that when people think pagan and Halloween and Samhain, when they even see the word, everyone's calling it Samhain, but when they see that, I think they start imagining like a bunch of naked women in robes dancing around in the moonlight. You know what I mean? Like these are a lot of like common misconceptions that I think obviously do more harm than good, especially because people aren't bothering to learn.
Well, and especially, I think that the one about women dancing in the moonlight bothers me. Only the misconception of it, because of course they are doing that, but they're not sacrificing squirrels. They're honoring the moon or honoring, like there's a very purposeful reason,
right,
why women do that, or men, because it's not just women.
Sure, yeah.
But that's that connection to earth and the change of the seasons, and there's also there's power in a group of women, right? There just is. I never would have said that 10 years ago, but I absolutely believe that, especially when you're dealing with those kinds of ritualistic, spiritual kinds of things.
Right.
That feminine energy, man, is intense.
Is very intense, yeah. Especially once I started to really like work with it more and channel it more, especially when I'm like doing remote viewing or things like that. There's so much that goes into remote viewing that I use. Feminine energy is definitely one of them.
You have to, yeah. That's her issue is the same issue as mine. Same exact thing.
Which is technically optional.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
One of the things that I found so annoyingly kind of amusing was, anybody who knows me knows I'm a huge Taylor Swift fan, and how upset I was I couldn't go to the Eras tour, but I don't make that kind of money yet. But she has a song on one of her, I believe it's Evermore, called Willow. And in the Eras tour, they were wearing green robes and they had these glowing orbs and they were doing this dance. And it was it was one of the sections of her show that everyone was like, I don't know. That was like got the most criticism. But why? It was such a beautiful song and it was such a beautiful like look at the way that they were doing it. And it wasn't anything bad, but it was so, bye, Jonathan. Have a safe Halloween.
Have fun.
It was so off her brand.
Right.
That people were like, ew, what is she doing?
Right.
She's dancing around with glowing orbs. Ew. Like, if they had pearls, they would be clutching them. And I think it's that kind of like,
it's that same stigma though.
Stereotype. Like, yes.
Right. They're doing bad things in the woods, and
they're doing bad things in the woods.
You know,
what we all know is serial killers are doing bad things in the woods.
No shit, right? Why is it always our fault?
It's not, seriously, because I'm wearing a really beautiful velvet robe. I'm doing bad things in the woods. No.
Right. What were some of the other ones I had read about? Let's see. Oh, one of the misconceptions is that Samhain was a god of death. Persistent myth, but historical evidence shows Samhain was the name of a feast in the 9th month in modern Irish, not a god. The idea of a Lord Samhain comes from an inaccurate scholarship. That it was a satanic or evil holiday, which we pretty much covered. That modern Halloween is a direct continuation of Samhain. While there are no connections, many modern Halloween traditions either have different origins or are the result of a blend of older beliefs and later influence, including Christian ones.
Yeah. It's spooky season. I mean, obviously, Aaron, in our daily lives, it's spooky season 365 days a year, but which is fine. We choose that. We choose to live in that, in this world. Yeah. But Halloween, I love the whole vibe. I love, yes, rather than ask questions, it's just like, ew.
They did do sacrifices, but I think in this instance, in what we're talking about, that in this kind of practice, it wasn't as common. Obviously, when you had the Vikings, everybody was killing everybody. That was just kind of a thing you did.
That was just humans are stupid. A lot of the dancing naked in the woods was used up with fertility too. The belief was the energy from the moon cleansed and brought vibration up in hopes that would help becoming a mother.
Which also makes complete sense.
Makes complete sense. Yeah.
Power of the moon, power of the womb, portal.
Yeah, I'm telling you, yeah. Once you learn how to at least for me, and I mean, if you guys have kind of had the same experience, let me know. But for me, once I started to understand and what feminine energy felt like and masculine, what that felt like, I had a better knowledge of how to incorporate them in either my abilities and I had to lean on one rather than the other when I'm trying to do a specific thing with my abilities.
Yeah.
But we say it on the show all the time. Energy is literally in every single thing we do. Everything we think requires energy. Yep. So it makes sense that elementals, their energy, and you know what I mean? Like all of these different rituals and stuff is all about calling in certain energies and channeling certain energies. And it's just, this is to me the most magical time of the year.
Agreed.
The most magical time of the year. I love Christmas. I love Christmas. I absolutely do. But this time of year is where it's at for me.
Yeah. I mean, let's be honest. That's part of the reason I moved to New England. I love the fall. I
love you, Michelle. Thank you so much.
Love you, Michelle.
We miss you.
Miss your face.
Also, we need to have you on the show.
Yes. Life's been crazy.
We'll call you.
Yeah. And she knows what we want to talk about too.
1,000%. Yeah. We'll have our people call your people. It'll be great.
Well, I think interesting too, when we talked to her about gods and goddesses, because she just got back from Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
So she's got a lot of
that's going to be a cool
and stuff to talk about there.
So Dragon Ranger says, so did the Jews and Christians in early times do sacrifices. Yeah. Humanity is just sort of
terrible.
That's terrible. Like that's in every part of the minute humans got on the planet. The minute. And it's not just reserved for, the pagans or
Right.
um, this is one of the most magical times. And I do, show of hands, guys, do you feel the thinning of the veil? Do you feel it? Because I do. I mean, I talk and see dead people all the time, but
Right.
these, like tonight, tomorrow night, the next night, the Day of the Dead, like
Intense.
it's intense.
Yeah.
It's really, really intense.
Yeah.
And so tell us, do you guys actually feel that like wafer thin? It's almost like it's a wafer thin, not really block of energy, but like you could reach through it.
Right.
Whereas it doesn't seem as tangible any other time of the year, but
Never really thought about it. Corner cauldron. Celts did sacrifice. It was the animals they knew would make it through the winter. The meat was shared with the community. Okay. Christians tend to ignore what their own religion did. Sacrifice isn't really attached to their own agenda. Well, if anybody's ever seen the movie,
1,000,000%.
Have you seen the movie The History of the World? Mel Brooks, way old.
Yeah.
You do a whole thing about the Inquisition, the song, and I will never, if I start thinking it in my head, I'll hear it for a week. But
yeah,
addresses exactly that.
1,000,000%. And I took a humanities class in college. It was my favorite course. And it was probably the one course that I got the most out of. And we studied from Babylon through the Renaissance. And it
fascinating.
It was just like literally nothing but just us killing each other for our God.
Yeah.
Yeah. In previous years when a man was having experience, it was around this time. See, Tom, absolutely. I've got in touch. Never saw the movie. All right, our homework is going to watch that Mel Brooks movie.
I love it. Don't watch the show that came after a couple of years ago. It was super disappointing. It's been interesting because I obviously didn't announce where the place I was working because with everything going on with the farm, I don't know about my new company is going to feel about me. I'm already getting people in my office. Oh, here's a ghost girl.
Oh God, really?
Oh yeah. Right. Yeah.
That's fun.
So one of the girls came up, she's like, "Oh my God, my daughter saw you on YouTube. You were on with Jason Hawes, blah, blah, blah." So hopefully that scores me some cool points, at least as I'm, trying not to fuck up everything at the new gig. But what's interesting is it's a paper mill. The building that I'm in, the mill started in 1903. Several deaths in there. Felt too hard.
I bet.
Shadows everywhere, all the time. So I don't know if I'm picking up more of it because it's the time of year or because it's a new space that I'm in. It could be a little bit of both.
Yeah.
But I've also still got a pretty significant block going on that I'm aware of.
Oh, okay.
That my subconscious just can't let go.
Sure.
Thank you to a certain former owner, current owner of the Conjuring House. But, that's also for safety. So I know when the time's right, I'll be able to.
Yeah, that's very true though.
Too.
Yeah, that's true. Because sometimes sacrificed the leader's horse and buried it with him so he would have something to ride. I do like that idea.
Yeah, Egyptians killed whole slews of servants so that they could take them with.
Yeah. It's an interesting thought. Reminds me of Norse practices. Mm-hmm. That's really cool. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know if you guys gleaned any new information from our show tonight.
It's absolute.
I feel like I did though.
Well, that's what I didn't know. I mean, I know what it is. I know the basic function of it. I know its origins, but there was a lot of, some of the stuff we learned in here in the comments tonight. I always like to learn more about
these guys. 1,000%.
Do we want to pull?
We do. And I'm going to turn my lights back on because I can't read in the dark.
No, you can't.
Oh,
there she is.
There I am.
Let me grab my deck. Okay. Oh, we're going to pull from the fairy forest, I think, instead tonight.
Oh, neat. Okay, cool. Okay. Come here.
Maybe we'll do one of each.
No, we're just going to pull. You sit here. Okay.
What are you pulling from tonight?
We're still working on shadow work. So we're going to.
You know what? I didn't write down the 3 people who did it last week.
Way to go.
I know. I'm fired.
You're super fired.
Well, we'll just randomly pick again. It's fine if people get.
Yeah. If you get it again, then that maybe you've got a little more work to do.
Exactly.
Okay.
You want to do shadow work first? Or you want me to do mine? Which order would you like to be in, my dear?
You know what? Let's go first. We'll do the 3. This will
All
be
right.
your special Samhain shadow work.
All right. So just do, if you want a shadow card, type me in the chat, and I'm gonna
in the chat.
Old school blind pick, and we'll do 3 of those, and then we'll pull one from each of these tonight.
Ooh, cute. All right, love them.
So we'll get some maze in here. Yes, Lori, the Fairy Forest deck's amazing. It was a gift from Andrea, actually.
All right, we got Dragon Ranger, we got Susan. Those are new, yeah.
So we'll give a couple seconds for for other people to come in, and then we'll pick random. We'll try to make it somewhat random as we can.
Joseph, Lori. Now,
if I was smart, I'd learn how to use the feature where you can spin the wheel like Cody and Satori do, but none of us have time to do that right now.
When they get back from their event, we'll have to be like, listen, we need some help.
Yeah. All right. I got 4 right now, so we're just gonna randomly.
Okay, we're gonna pull 3. My guides talk to your guides, my people talk to your people. So by saying me, this is your way of saying that yes, I do have permission to ask your guides for help and which card you should be getting. So that's how this works if you guys have never seen us do this before. So go ahead and pick the first person.
He's up. Dragon Ranger.
Dragon Ranger. All right, Dragon Ranger, here we go. Do you want me to pull from the top or do you want me to cut the deck? I always ask everybody. What's talking to you? Of course, if one jumps out as I'm still shuffling, then that's the one.
That's the one you're going with. Yeah. No answer yet. Cut.
All right, we're cutting. It's a new deck, so they're really soft, and I'm like, I can't. Okay, here's your card. Ooh. The Observer. Are they pretty? They're so pretty.
They are pretty.
I'm just like, let's just look how pretty it is. Okay, the Observer. Let's see what we have here for the Observer. Okay. All right. Sometimes these have like crystals that go with them, and I will read about that. This particular card, there's like the Revolutionary, the Sage, the Observer. They don't have crystals. So sorry about that. I can give you one if you want. Okay, here we go. The Observer. All right, so the Observer indicates a time where you are being encouraged to suspend judgment or conclusions and simply witness. Humans are always trying to sort their external world. We want to process it, make sense of it, and figure out our place within it. It is our way of trying to feel secure and comfortable within our environment. However, this can also reach extremes where we are automatically forming opinions without gathering enough information. Oh, we were just talking about that on the show. The Observer asks you to pause and simply pay attention. This may feel passive, but in observing, we are already cultivating change. The balanced Observer intuitively knows when to be present and when to move. They watch, but they do not do so in a way that harms others. Many people interpret them as apathetic. In reality, they understand there is a time and a place for action. The unbalanced Observer becomes too stagnant. They can see how everything functions, but do not believe they're able to affect change as they are only one person. This can be a form of bypassing as they may not stand up when it is needed. So that's
freaking
the Observer. Okay.
Love it. All right,
next person. So official.
So I pointed at you on the middle of the screen.
Me? Okay, great.
Here we go.
We got a lot of shadow work to do.
All right, MJB genealogist.
Okay, MJB, do you want me to pull from the top or cut from the middle? Oh. Hang on, one almost popped out. Okay, these cards are really starting to wriggle around. Like some MJB's guys are like, pull a card, pull a card.
Right.
Whoa. Okay. All right. Hang on.
She said cut.
Okay. Now you got one card flopped out.
Go with that one then. That's the one.
We're going with the flopper. Here we go.
Oh, it's Melissa.
The flopper.
The Blackman. I was wondering. I'm like, I know those initials.
Nature.
Ooh.
All right. You ready, Melissa? Here we go. So nature. You know what? I also, so far, they are really on point with tonight's theme.
They are. Yeah, nature. Right.
I love it. The Observer. Yeah, I love it.
Right?
Okay, let's see. Nature. How do you spell nature? Page 62. Okay. You guys sure you want me doing this? This might not
if
be.
People listen to us. That's what's scary.
1,000,000%. Wait, what page?
62.
62. Okay, I'm on 80.
Oh my God.
This is a problem, guys. I'm so sorry.
I've discovered this new YouTube channel called the Sleepy Science Channel. And it's just random facts and with nice music in the background. And they just released one called Supernatural Facts. It's 2 hours worth of just random. I know what I'm going to bed to tonight.
Cool. Okay. What the hell? This is not nature. Oh. Sorry. Wrong page. Finally, here we go. Everybody's old and tired and Halloween is now over. So sorry. Okay, here we go. Let's pay attention. Nature has a profound effect on our well-being. It increases creativity, relieves depression, anxiety, improves memory and focus, and it rewires our stress response hormones. Studies have shown that even looking at photographs of nature can be of benefit. I have to agree with that.
100% agree with that.
I love to look at photographs of nature. If you live in a place where you can easily access nature, spend some time this week to get out there. If you do not, think of some creative ways that you can interact with nature from where you are, whether that is sourcing local vegetables, plant medicine, or even spending time in a park. You can also create an altar using natural materials, sticks, leaves, grasses, flowers, dirt, rocks, sand, or however you feel called. So with this, it says the rainforest jasper is the crystal that you should be considering. If you don't have one, maybe just the benefits of it will help you. So rainforest jasper reminds us that we are interconnected with all things. And in that reminder, asks us to treat the land and one another as kindly as possible. In the quest for progress, humans have destroyed as much here on Earth. We were just
talking about that.
Good Lord. Man, I love spirit.
Right.
We must all take responsibility, and this includes taking responsibility for others' actions and making intentional efforts and reparations where you can. Rainforest jasper is a stone of life. It encourages you to find the joy in the natural world around you, but to fiercely protect that life however you can.
Love that.
That's a good one.
That is a good one.
All right. Hopefully I won't take 700 years for the next person. Next person, whoever you are, as a reminder, by raising your hand, you're giving me permission to tap into your guides and also be thinking about if you want me to cut the deck or do you really want me to answer that, Carrie?
No. I saw that too.
You just.
All right, so Susan's our next one.
So Susan, cut the deck or pull from the top. I'm not going to be jumping around as much for you as they were for MJB. Genealogist. I actually have some questions about genealogy that I need to talk to her about. Is like where to find stuff. Okay.
She says, thank you.
You're very welcome, babe.
All right, Susan, you'll have to tell us if you want it off the top or cut.
Top. All right. There we go. Top.
All right.
Ooh. The Revolutionary.
Ooh.
I like that.
I do
That's
too.
Cool. Okay, the Revolutionary. All right, Susan, let's see what we got here. Right, you know what? You're bugging me, Milford. I love you so much, but I can't do this. I really tried to like stick with the whole character, the whole show. I can't do it. I'm sorry.
I love it.
Thank you. All right. The Revolution. Index. 106. Okay.
And of
106.
course, most of these books aren't in alphabetical order, which drives my little OCD brain insane.
And also, my poor little 50-year-old eyes, like, it's very tiny font.
Yeah. Need to get some readers. I'm in that boat myself.
In percent. Okay, here we go. The Revolutionary. The Revolutionary card is asking you to challenge the status quo. Whether it is external or internal, the Revolutionary seeks to do things radically different. Like the Outlaw, the Revolutionary has ideals, Jesus, that can be showed as out there. I'm vibing with you on this card. I'm going to tell you for sure. They're a natural leader that can see what the collective needs and are able to put it into action. They invite others to be a part of building the world with them. The Revolutionary invites us to bring some of the trailblazing energy and apply it to our situation and life. How can you meet the needs of the collective? How can you lead with integrity? Be aware that working with revolutionary energy does not always translate to being accepted and loved. You will have people that will support you, but your work can also attract naysayers. This just means it is potent and worthwhile. Do not let anyone affect how you stand in the world. Allow their words to fuel your fire and keep going. A balanced revolutionary leads and empowers. They are not afraid to be direct, deliver a harsh message when necessary, but they do so with love. They're original thinkers that push the envelope. They're all about questioning things and inviting others to do the same. They are truth seekers, but are fluid in how they find truth. In the quest for the good of the greater collective, an unbalanced revolutionary may become oppressive and use tactics that can be harmful. They also may become tyrannical and unable to hear others because they have some unbalanced ego issues. So that is our 3 for this week, which, by the way, guys, I'm sorry, but really on brand
with this combo. Agreed.
Really on brand. So
I love it.
Yeah.
I went ahead and pulled my 2.
Cool. Yeah.
So I'm going to do Fairy Forest first, and this is because people always love the front of this.
Ooh, Fairy Forest. That's cool.
Mm-hmm. And it's one you have to like sit and open the box, like add a tree kind of thing. It was fun to kind of.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it had very specific instructions on how to tap into this energy, which is awesome.
Joseph and I are constantly like looking at really cool new like cards and decks and stuff that are super unique, like horror movie. And he sent me one earlier today that I still need to take a look at. But yeah, man, we're into it. I really should have a whole library of these decks.
I know, it's insane. Yeah. It's an addiction. I've managed to not buy. I only have the one you gave me. This is the only deck I've ever bought, which is that Starseed one. But the other 2 were gifts.
Yeah. I have messages from the guides. It was written by James Van Prague. I started, that was my very first deck when I started using my abilities long before Andrea blew my third eye open.
I love it.
Yeah,
I pulled Awen.
Oracle deck, yeah. Ooh.
Awen, Awen.
I love it.
Which is gift, divine inspiration, and awakening. Awen translates to divine inspiration or flowing breath. It's a mystical force that offers us a moment where there is a sudden surge in newfound knowledge, inspired thought, the ability to awaken our dormant talents, and a sense that before we were given the gift of Awen, we were like sleepwalkers. Awen is a moment where life is forever changed, and once we drink of Awen or feel it as a beam of divine light entering us and changing us, we can never return to who we were, and the world is never the same again. Boy, ain't that the freaking truth.
Isn't that the truth? Never again.
Never again. So when the card comes to you, you must know now that having experienced what has taken place, you cannot pretend life can ever be the same. You have lifted the veil and you have seen the face of the divine. You have drunk the elixir of the gods, and the fairies have offered you their greatest gift. Awen does not stay, but the knowledge of what we have experienced in that moment changes us forever. So now that you have had this life-changing experience and been given this incredible moment of inspiration, you can either pretend to yourself that life is without magic, or you can continue to embrace the magic and the enchantment of every moment. Now, if you choose, you can become more fully alive, and while this is no easy path, it is one that is full of deep, joyful moments, true connections, and poetic, blindingly beautiful experiences. Awen will come from time to time, and you are so blessed for having had this most sublime and life-changing of all mystical experiences.
I love it.
Great card to pull.
Absolutely. And also, I think I'm going to add to the episode list fairies.
Yes. Because that's something I don't know a lot about. And I would love to learn more about fairies.
That would be a lot of fun.
I absolutely believe that to be a true thing.
Raise your hands or shoot one of us a message if you are pretty well versed on fairies. We'd love to talk to you. Have you on the show.
Pick your brain.
Pick your brain. Pick.
I'm dropping things. Sorry, Awen, that was rude.
Listen, we are not really polished ever, but tonight is
especially squirrely. But at least we own it. We always set the expectations accordingly. So if we do anything above that, it's a win. Okay. I also pulled Fall Into My Arms, Surrender, Holding the Opposites, Extremes of Life, which also kind of ties.
It does,
yeah. Camera's garbage. You can't ever.
That's pretty. I like that.
You know what it is? I don't have any light in here. I live in a cave, and I do it on purpose.
I have an extra ring light if you want me to send it to you.
I have one. I just don't ever use it. It's sitting right next to my bed. It's freaking lazy. All right. Fall Into My Arms. Surrender. Holding opposites. Extremes of life. The Great Mother ushered you in when you took your first breath, and she'll be there when you draw your last. She knows how challenging life can be, that being human can be lonely and confusing, that the polarity and separation can be excruciating when your soul remembers the oneness of Source. Itchy nose, sorry. God.
Quit snorting Coke.
Right. Clearly. But at the same time, it can be incredibly glorious and sweet. So often we see things as either good or bad. Jesus. When either things go well, we make it mean that we're being rewarded. And when things are bad, then perhaps we've done something wrong. However, we're all here to expand and grow. And it's through the extremes of life that we do exactly that. You're being invited to welcome the highs and the lows of the human experience, to let them initiate you more fully into life, the agony and the ecstasy, the beauty and the bitterness. This life is but a single breath in the inextinguishable existence of your experience as a soul. The Great Mother wants you to hand over your loneliness, worries, hurt, sorrow, fears, burdens, and doubts, to lay them on her altar, to fully fall into her arms, and to remember that while these extremes are difficult, they can be magnificent. The more wildly the pendulum of your life swings, the more truthfully you can say, I've truly lived. And those kind of go together.
They really do, yeah. I was just thinking about that. They really do.
It's so interesting.
It is. It is interesting.
Super interesting.
So I think that in the next several days, as you know, we're carving jack-o'-lanterns with the kids and the grandkids and handing out candy, and take a minute to ourselves to really just kind of tap into the energy that is a little bit more prevalent than it normally is. I think, are you going to fight someone with that itchy nose? You're all...
I haven't had that in a while. It usually means somebody's around, but that used to happen to me with Marie. Oh, maybe it's... Oh! Oh, shit.
Oh, God, that's right.
Huh. I'm going to have to process that one a bit. Interesting.
Yeah.
Probably Marie, which is great.
Marie.
I love it.
Yeah.
There's a story when I'm ready to tell you.
Beautiful, beautiful.
The crew, I'll
Marie. Yes. So, yes, Susan, good night. Happy Halloween to everybody. Thank you all so much for being here. And yeah, just kind of take a few moments to yourself. If you had a card pulled, take those moments to just kind of reflect on what that might mean for you. If it means anything, do you resonate with it? Do you not? Maybe you will in the coming days or weeks. But just kind of try and pay a little bit more attention to the different energy that's going to be,
the shift is coming
in the air. The shift is coming. And yeah, so
I love it.
yay. It was so great to see everybody. Happy Halloween. Super, super excited for tomorrow night here in our neighborhood. And all the shots that apparently my mom and I are going to be hoping are
If
left.
I don't get a drunk call from one of you, I'm going to be very upset.
Right, we're going to FaceTime you and be like, guess what? Do you want to see our tongues? Mine's green and hers is purple.
If I don't get that call, I'm going to be pissed.
Right? So mad. All right. Love you all so very much. Yeah, new website is going to be up and running November 8th. If you are a VIP subscriber, you guys will have early access on the 6th. And the raffle tickets will be sold. We're going to start promoting those in earnest once the new site is up and shaken. So yes, blessed Samhain to all of you.
Blessed Samhain, and we'll see y'all in 2 weeks.
Wait, hold on.
Oh, gotta say hi to Milford.
Milford says good night.
It was nice to meet you, Milford. On that note, see you guys later.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. Uh-oh, you know what? I almost screwed something up. Hold on, almost over.
Are we still here?
I almost forgot.
What did she forget? What are we doing?
I don't know what I'm doing, ever.
Oh, okay.
We know this. Okay.
You guys are welcome to go. I guess we're figuring it out here.